Now we're asked to find the value of x and y, and the condition is that x should not be equal to y, and x squared minus y is equal to 73. Y squared minus x is equal to 73. Let's begin. Now we have x, I prefer y. So x is not equal to y. Now these are the conditions. X squared minus y is equal to 73. Then y squared minus x is equal to 73. So this is equation 1, this is equation 2. Now we have gotten this. So now what we're going to do now is say subtract equation 2 from where? From equation 1. So we now have x squared minus y squared minus y squared minus x equal to 73 minus 73. So we have, opening up the bracket, you have x squared minus y squared plus x equal to 0, because minus times minus will give you plus x. So now let's arrange it in like terms. You have x squared minus y squared, then plus x minus y equal to 0. So this x squared minus y squared, x squared minus y squared is the same as x minus y times x plus y. So let's put it here. You have x minus y times x plus y plus x minus y equal to 0. So when you look, this and these are common. So we now have to factor them out. So you have x minus y. Now if you remove x minus y from this term, you have only this left. So you have x plus y left. Then if you remove x minus y here, you have plus 1 left, which is equal to 0. Now that means x minus y is equal to 0, or x plus y plus 1 is equal to 0. So if you move this minus 1 to this other side, you have x is equal to y. Or if you move this minus 1 to this other side, you have x plus 1 equal to minus 1. So, but since x should not be equal to y, that is one of the should not be equal to y, that is one of the conditions. That means this is not a solution. So this is a solution. So you have x plus y equal to minus 1. Let's call this equation 3. Now the next one is adding equation 1 and 2 together. So you have x squared minus y plus y squared minus x equal to 73 plus 73. So look at it, this is equation 1 and equation 2. So I add them together. That is what I did here. So now this plus this, these are like terms. You have x squared. Let me open the bracket first. X squared minus y plus y squared minus x is equal to what? This is 146. Now I bring the like terms together. I have x squared plus y squared minus x minus y equal to 146. So that means x squared plus y squared minus bracket x plus y equal to 146. So if we move this to this other side, you now have x squared plus y squared equal to 146 plus x plus y. Now from equation 3, you have x plus y equal to minus 1. So let's substitute minus 1 here. You have x squared plus y squared equal to 146 plus minus 1. So we now have 146 minus 1 equal to 145. So x squared plus y squared is equal to 145. Let's call this equation 4. Now, since we have gotten equation 4 and we equation 3, we know that x plus y is equal to minus 1, which is equation 3. Now, squaring both sides of equation 3, you have x plus y all squared equal to minus 1 squared. So this x plus 1 squared is the same thing. When you square this, it's the same thing as saying x squared plus y squared plus 2xy equal to, now minus 1 squared is 1. Now this 1 is the same thing as this from equation 4. From equation 4, x squared plus y squared is equal to 144. So let's replace this with 145 plus 2xy equal to 1. So we now have 145 plus 2xy equal to 1. Now move this 145 to this other side. You have 2xy equal to 1 minus 145, which will give us minus 144. So 2xy is equal to minus 144. So divide both sides by 2. You have xy is equal to minus 72. So we've gotten this to be equal to 72. So that should be equation 5. Now, since we've gotten equation 5, when you look at equation 3 again, x plus y is equal to minus 1. This is equation 3. So multiplying both sides of equation 3 with x, you have x times x plus y, x times minus 1. So this will, when you open up this bracket, you have x squared plus xy equal to minus x. So let's call this equation 6. Now this equation, okay, before I call it an equation, let me just finalize it before that. So now we know that xy is equal to minus 72. So that means wherever in this equation, wherever we see xy, we replace it with minus 72. So we have x squared minus 72 equal to minus x. So x squared minus 72 is equal to minus x. So if you move this x to this other side, you now have x squared plus x minus what? 72 equal to 0. So we now factor this. Now, what are the factors of minus 72 that when you multiply them, when you sum them together, it will give you plus 1. The factors of 72 that when you sum them together is 9 times minus 8. So if you multiply 9 and plus 9 times minus 8. So now if you add them together, plus 9 plus minus 8, you have plus 1. So that means this is a factor of minus 72 that can be used to factorize this expression. So now you can now say plus 1 and minus 8 is equal to 0. So that means x plus 9 is equal to 0, or x minus 8 is equal to 0. So now if you move this minus 9 to this other side, have x is equal to minus 9, or x is equal to, if you move this minus 8 to this other side, it becomes 8. So that means x is equal to minus 9, or x is equal to 8. Now we also note that from equation 3, that x plus y is equal to minus 1. Now if you move x to this other side, you now have y is equal to minus 1 minus x. So since we have calculated our x, which is minus 9 and 8, now for x equal to minus 9, when y is equal to minus 1 minus x, that means you have minus 1 minus 9, sorry. minus 9. X is equal to, for x equal to minus 9. So now we have minus 1. Minus times minus give it plus 9. So that means y is equal to what? 8. Now for x equal to 8 here, you now have y to be equal to minus 1 minus x. So if you put minus 1, then minus x is equal to 8. So you have minus 1 minus 8 1 minus 9. So it shows that for x and y coordinates, at the point at this x and y coordinates, you have x to be minus 9, while y to be 8. While for x and y again, at another point where you have x to be 8, y is minus 9. So this is the solution. Thank you for watching till the end. Have a nice day.